All right. Hi, Jaguars. This is our virtual session for Theme Thursday. We miss you so much on campus, but we want to make sure that we bring Gallup to you while you're not here with us. So what we'll be talking today is Activator. Really excited for you to hear about this influencing theme, and you get to hear how it charges up some of our May Center team members. So let's have a great conversation. Now, to get started, quick intros. So my name is Clarissa. I am actually part of the May Center team as the Assistant Director of Career Services, but I'm also a Gallup Certified Strength Coach. And I get the pleasure of actually facilitating a conversation between two of my favorite team members who are activators. So if y'all wouldn't mind, take a time and introduce yourselves.
Sure. Hi, my name is Allie. I am the Service Learning Coordinator here at the May Center at Texas A&M San Antonio. And I'm an activator, so I'm so excited to be able to have this opportunity to chat through what Activator is for me and for our team, and just thrilled to be a part of it, especially during this time. I know it's not ideal for everybody to not be able to be on campus. We love our Theme Thursday, though. We do this every Thursday at different tabling events. So while we can't do it in person, we are thrilled to be able to bring this to this online platform.
And hello, I'm Yasir Kurd. I'm a career advisor here at May Center, and I'm an activator as well. I'm not the best as Ali, but I'm trying. Clarissa.
Side note, guys. So this is actually brought to you today based on the ideas of these activators. They had a great idea. They wanted to launch this, so that's why we're here today. So we get to see Activator in action, which is really exciting. So before we get started, we're going to play a short video provided by Gallup, who's actually the provider for Clifton Strengths, just to give some background information to our discussion, okay?
I call my activator theme my Let's Get Going theme. Whenever I make plans with my friends, they look to me to get the group moving. They always have great ideas about where to go and what to do, but if I wasn't there, they would probably just sit around and talk about the possibilities all night. They would actually never go anywhere. There comes a time where I have to say, let's just head out and decide on the way. I'm like this at work, too. I can't sit in meetings for long. When people want to debate and discuss something endlessly, I get impatient. When I start feeling restless, I know it's time for me to rally everyone around one idea and get us started. I have a knack for cutting through lots of ideas and opinions and seeing how to make things happen. Ultimately, my activator talents enable me to put plans in motion when others get stuck discussing ideas or options. I help them see how to get moving. To me, the worst decision is no decision. And I like to make things
happen. Don't you love how they were both just giggling throughout that? So I think we're going to have a great conversation based on that alone. So let's talk about this activator. So really from Gallup perspective, activators create that sense of energy to really get a project launched. They are so fun to work with because automatically, if you know, hey, maybe I'm doubting something, I'm not really sure about this, activators like, you know what? No, we got this. We can go. Let's go, 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 go. Having these two members is such a change agent for us because they bring that workflow really easily. So what I want to do is that there's maybe 4 questions that are going to kind of structure our conversation today, guys. So the first one I really want to deep dive into is, what does activator mean to each of you? Yasir, would you mind taking this first?
Yes, of course. First of all, I really love my, activator strength. And then I will say that it's like my, literally the whole life, the meaning that 24/7, generating ideas and then trying to identify issues and then even like, thinking about the solutions, how I can, bring value for these identified issue. So for me, it's like, again, I'm impatient. And then if I see that there's a potential there, and then there's a program, there's a service, there's a project at the end will be really helpful for our team and also, of course, in that case, for our students. And then let's do it. I mean, why are we waiting for tomorrow? And then let's do it here and now. I'm like very focused for that here and now, the perspective and idea. So pretty much for me, again, like collaborating with others is because I like, the hearing others' perspective as well. I see my activator is like more me being, I don't want to say creative, but definitely being innovative. And then having that entrepreneur juice, I will say in me, like, thinking all that different aspects of, I will say the service, again, the programs or projects. So this is pretty much me.
Nice. All right, Allie, what's some insight on that?
Oh, Activator. I am new to Gallup Strengths. I just took my assessment last year, so this is kind of my first full year understanding these strengths, and I feel like my top 5 really work well together. I think my favorite and least favorite is my Activator. It's got a lot of really great aspects to it. For me, my Activator, I think it's really interesting. I was listening to a Gallup podcast type thing, and it was talking about there's the raw strength and then the mature strength. And I'm still kind of developing my strengths and my Activator. And for me, Activator is that person who is willing to push others outside of their comfort zones a little bit. You know, I'm the same as you, Seer. If I sit through a meeting and we don't have a plan of action going forward, I'm in a little bit of a tense situation. I'm like, oh, we really need to take action. It's not my strong suit to hate to wait. I hate to wait for things. Even when you know that there's like a plan behind it, it can be really difficult to wait around. So for me, my Activator is really taking opportunities to jump in full force. Sometimes it's a little too full force, but I think that's what really an Activator is too, to say, you've got these great ideas. What are you waiting for? Like, let's put them into action. Let's move forward with things. I think I was listening to that podcast and they were talking about an Activator as like a catalyst, somebody who's going to launch it off. I think the achievers really help us to get it done, but Activators to push everybody to move a little bit quicker, to really realize the idea is feasible. And so for me, my Activator, I can see it now looking back on the biggest moments of my life are when my Activator came in to say, this is an opportunity, go for it. Just go, get it done. Take this opportunity and get moving. That hate to wait, get moving, get started. Let's see where we end up.
All right, now, Allie, let's kind of build on that. Can you tell us a time that maybe you've actually had to use your Activator to be that change agent and to be that catalyst?
Yeah, I think, you know, in the professional world that we're in higher education, and just especially I can speak as like a student as well, change is not always exciting. Sometimes it's really nerve-wracking to say, oh, I need to make this change. But I really see in my life, especially, taking those opportunities have been the biggest changes in my life, have been able to say, this is an opportunity for, you know, I just got into grad school. And so it was like, okay, this is an opportunity. Fill out the application. I know so many people who are like, oh, I'm you know, weighing the pros and cons of all these schools and all of this. And I'm like, well, what applications have you done? And they're like, well, none yet. Okay, well, let's get started on some of those to really understand what we're looking at. And I feel like it's just really helped me to, in my professional work, especially, we have a really large team here at the May Center, which I think is very interesting. I heard a statistic this morning that was like 1 in 2, and we have 2 on our team. So we're really heavy in the Activator, but I think it's really beneficial for our team because we are so big. There's always a lot of really powerful, creative ideas, and really sometimes you need somebody who's able to say, yes, I'm supporting you, let's do it. What can I do to help you get this started? What can I do to really push you out of this planning phase and into the action phase of whatever it is you're looking for? And I think that's where we really come in contact with faculty, staff, students, is they've got this really great idea and they're just not there yet. They don't feel like they can maybe achieve it. And that's where I feel like our Activator really comes in within our work life, is to say, I think you can do it and let's get it started. What can I do to get this started? What can I do to launch you in the direction that you want to go?
Hey, great. What about you, Yasir?
I believe for us, not just for me, there is no tomorrow. Let's do it now, okay?
I see that, am I gonna?
So we are all about action. Like, you know, I mentioned that like really well. So again, let's do it. Why are we waiting for it, right? It's because experiment. We are all about that experiments, like test drives. And then, hey, you know, we're going to learn about it. Of course, I'm a learner as well. So it's a really great combination, is because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm going to learn from this, you know, the experiment. And then being motivated, I was, you know, the sharing with you earlier. So motivating others as well. If I see that, again, there's a need, Regarding like maybe an example, it will be like GCDIs, like our graduate, career development interns. So when I first started, I was expecting that, we will already have, the interns, but and then of course, like we are small, the campus. And then, hey, how about like maybe having that brainstorming, with our teams, team members, and then see that, what they think. Of course, receiving feedback and then prompt feedback. So to, execute that is because like Ali and I, like activators, we are like all about that execution. So what I did in that case, like, right away, just think about it, how we can do it. And then maybe like, the writing that plan, writing that, the guides and then trainings and everything, all the aspect of this program, project, service, whatever you name it. And then literally share with the team and then try to convince people, maybe even force people, right? Hey, believe in me, give me that opportunity. I know that we can do this. But please, let's not wait for next semester. How about that today? So it helped me a lot to, right now, we have two amazing, really interns at May Center. So I'm really proud of, them and also me as being activated in that case, like the going in and executing projects, if it makes sense.
I think, too, if you really look at some of the meetings that we've had and some of the brainstorming activities that we've had, you will always find Yasir and I at the end to say, okay, well, what's next? Yeah. You're going to see us all, both of us, we're taking notes. We're saying, okay, we need this, and this. What's priority? Let's get it going. What's next priority? So I think that's really interesting, how it's helped us as a team and as individuals in our work life is to say, wow, we've been sitting through this meeting. We all have amazing ideas and come up with so much in an hour. What's next? We can't leave this room without a plan of action because then those ideas go nowhere, and we really want to see them come to fruition. So you'll always see Sarah and I in a meeting saying, okay, well, what's next?
Nice. All right. So also with strengths, sometimes, again, there are natural talents, right? There are things that we're just really great at. We don't even know we do them. Sometimes, though, they can be a challenge for us, right? They can create maybe hurdles for us. Where do you see some of those moments for an activator? Either one. Allie, you want to leave this? She's like, okay, I know.
I'm a gentleman, that's why.
Okay.
Well, I think, honestly, activators are known to be pushers. But it's difficult. You don't want to push to annoy. You want to push to inspire. So it can be difficult sometimes, especially, like Yasir was like, why tomorrow? Like, why not right now? And it's really hard to step back and say, okay, let's look at the big picture. We can't do it today because of this. Mm-hmm. Then you're also going to get the activator to say, okay, well, how are we going to fix that? So I think that can be a real challenge, is that push for intentionality. You're pushing for a reason. You're pushing to inspire. You're not just saying, okay, let's get all these things done for no reason. And I think that can sometimes be really difficult when you have that mentality of, early bird gets the worm, or like, let's get to it. And there's so much that you have to understand in the bigger picture, especially in an office or a campus like ours that is so big. When you're in a work environment where there are many different things at play, many different plans of actions, many different departments that all have to collaborate together, that can be one of the biggest challenges, is feel like, I'm not doing anything. I need to be doing something right now to make this change. And that can be really hard to step back and say, how can I push my team or push myself with intention and inspiration and not just push for push's sake?
Nice. What about you, Yasir?
I'll explain, some of the challenges really well, but, adding some of them, maybe from my perspective as an activator, maybe not all the activators, but for me, the biggest challenge is going to be not sharing the same vision and also not sharing the same motivation. It's because it might be, like more in that part, Ali was saying that not, the pushing with, the intention, but maybe annoying sometimes, not intentionally though, is because I can be sometimes like really pushy. Hey, I believe in this project like so much, but why don't you see the vision in that? Why don't you see at the end of the day it's going to be helpful for our students? So again, not maybe, I don't want to say lack of support, but again, from my perspective, I feel like sometimes I'm not receiving that, the support to start that project today. But that makes sense, right? It's because we're in higher education, and at the end of the day, we're going to be providing that service program project for students. Sometimes maybe we need to slow down and then think about it. But I cannot, think of that sometimes. And then again, it's because I'm activated. It's like more, hey, as long as like we share that motivation and then vision, let's do it, please. So the challenge is gonna be again not, the having maybe the team members who are like the activated and then who are ready to go and then execute idea before testing. Is because for me, I don't test before. I start the project and then experiment and test on the way, if it makes sense.
And I love the fact that both y'all are so mindful of where, hey, this could be a challenge for me with this strength, right? Because the importance of Gallup's Clifton strengths is that we have to know the good, but also the parts are like, oh, this could be a potential weakness, right? And the fact that how do we ground maybe our strengths with other people as a member of our team? So the activators focused, right? How to keep you on track, right? Even maybe partnering with someone who has analytical, which FYI is my number 10, where to make sure that you see all points of like potential entry, but also all potential areas that could be a factor of maybe crushing a project, right? Because sometimes we don't look at the big picture, but the fact that y'all can keep the energy going is so remarkable. So I'm glad that you're able to identify the good and the part that you have to keep an eye on. Now, for full selfish sake, I would love to ask y'all, what are some tips that you would recommend when we're entering in a collaboration with an activator? Again, it's not in my 5, so I would love to know how should I engage to make sure that we work the most effectively that we can together.
You want me to start, Ali, or?
Of course, the king of collaboration should start.
Absolutely.
So really, I'm all about collaboration. Like literally, I mean, it's because I believe that seeing the project, the service program, whatever that the thing we're working on from different perspectives is really important. And then I'm all about not just me, but more like as we as a team, right? So it's very important. That's why again, sometimes maybe I'm pushy, but at the end of the day, I'm not really asking for myself, but as a team. So one of the tips, or maybe the first one, the most important one will be for the team members or the people we're collaborating with, be mindful. We're not really pushing you. To me, it's not a pushing, but I will say that motivating you, right, intentionally, not to get the credit at the end of the day for our work, but pretty much to, providing that quality service to our students. That is the number one. And then second, also the tip will be, hey, provide us like prompt feedback. If you like for feedback, it's because I'm all about feedback. The constructive feedback is like very vital in my life, like personal life as well, not just a professional. And then if you ask your opinion on something, please just be mindful that we are impatient people. We live in here and now. We are frustrated. So just provide that prompt feedback. And then the most important, this is the least, but last but not least, but it's going to be my final point, right? And then it's very important. If you really see that potential, if you really believe in this team member who is an activated, if they like offer you a project, hey, let's initiate this project, this program, hey, execute this. If you see the potential, if you believe in like really that team member, just give the opportunity to them. So again, if I summarize the 3 things, right? The one is, again, provide, that feedback, promptly. And then the second, these people are not, using the verbiage of I, but more we. So, and then the third, if you see the potential, if you believe in this person, just give the opportunity. It's because at the end of the day, really, it's all about, the being successful as a team. Yeah.
What about you, Valley?
Yeah, I really love that. I mentioned earlier, activators are opportunists, and we love opportunity. We see opportunity everywhere, but if that encouragement is not there, it can be very difficult for an activator to continue to activate. So I really like that Yasir. My other things are, activators can struggle to see the bigger picture. We've mentioned that. So laying everything out for them, and this partially I think comes into my arranger as well in my communication, is that if I'm not seeing the whole picture, that's okay. Tell me the whole picture. If I'm not seeing something that you really see, that's why we are collaborating. I think it's interesting, Yasir and I, our careers here are collaborative. Everything we do is in collaboration. I collaborate with faculty and community partners. Two very different groups of people, but it's my job to collaborate with them and to create collaboration. So I think it's really important when you're looking at an activator to lay out everything as much as you can. It's difficult when we can't see the full picture, or we are maybe missing something, and not in a negative way, but we are, again, living in the here and now, and we're saying, man, I have this great idea. I think we should do it right now. I want to get to it. But when we're not able to see the full picture, it's really difficult for us. So my biggest kind of advice for somebody who wants to collaborate with an activator is lay out the whole picture. Give them an outline. Give them the bullet points to say, don't talk too in depth because they get bored, but to say, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I want to do. Here's my timeline. Really giving that to them. And yeah, my other thing, number one, lay everything out for them. Be as communicative as you can. But number two, just continue that encouragement. It can be very difficult for an activator. Again, they don't have a achiever that's like, this is a long-term thing. We're more of the catalyst launching. And when we don't feel like those opportunities are maybe taking off, it can be really difficult to continue that motivation. Like you said, like, oh, I'm so excited to get this done. This is so great. But if we don't feel like the team is a part of it, if we don't feel like the other collaborators are interested, it can be difficult for us to say, okay, maybe they just need more time. We think, oh, when you hear a good idea, you should be excited about it. So I think that's something to really consider when you're working or trying to collaborate with an activator, is just laying everything out for them and being just like you would with any other team member. I think encouraging your team is so important, and why I love that we have all in our offices taken our strengths to understand each other better and to see where we can collaborate better. A lot of people in our office will come and say, hey, I need an activator right now. Or, hey, I need somebody who has communication right now. I will often say, I need a focus right now. And I will go to coworkers that has focus. Because I'll say, I really want to get this idea. Like, this is so cool. Why isn't it happening? And so I think it's really interesting when you're looking at collaborating to understand where they're coming from with their strengths and what strengths you might be in need of to get that collaboration really going.
Nice. Well, thank y'all so much. I found this really insightful. I learned a ton about each of you, and I hope our students did too. This is something, again, Jaguars, we know you can't make it to campus at this moment, but we want to make sure that we have strengths conversations even virtually, so we would love to engage with you. We would love for you to actually join us next week. We'll be talking about competition. So even here, yeah, I love how all y'all are like, well, let's talk now. We'll save the good stuff next week, guys. So please join in next week. Get to learn more about competition. If it's one of yours, make sure that you engage in this conversation as well. Also, don't forget, again, the Mace Center, even though if you can't make it to campus, connect with us virtually. We have some great content coming around. Our website's very much active for you. Also, email us. Also, know our social media platforms. We have created this environment for you. So we want to make sure that we have that conversation. So please, Jaguars, even though you're not here on campus, talk to us online. We will love to chat with you. I know Yasir, being the activator that he is, he actually did launch where we will have live chats every week. So if you do need to have that maybe advising session with our team, you can still engage with us while you're off campus. So thank you again to Ali and Yasir. Round of applause, right?
Thank you for having us, Clarissa.
Thank you.
And again, Jaguars, we miss you. We care about you. Be safe, and we'll talk to you next week. Okay, guys? All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.